I'm Shakur.
And I'm Ebony.
And welcome to the Unapologetically Us podcast, where we talk about life, mental health, fitness, finances, and everything in between. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We're back again. Back again
with another episode. And if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. We appreciate the feedback that we've been getting so far. I don't want people to think that we're not taking what you guys say, good and bad. So we appreciate that. Keep giving us feedback because we can only grow and get better as the feedback comes.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely appreciate the feedback. It's good for our growth. It's good for just the different things we may be experiencing as we go, and those who are willing to offer us those suggestions and help that we need. So that is definitely helpful. So we appreciate that. All right, child, listen. So what's been going on? What's been going on with you?
Child, listen, nothing major. We had a little thing in our family. I recently lost my grandfather, and then about 5 days later I lost an aunt. So 2 weekends worth of funerals. Yay, so much fun. But no sadness. Of course I hate that he's gone, but he was 81. So in a way that was a good life. My aunt believed she was close to that age as well. So I'm going to miss them, but the fact of just knowing like they live to see 80 years old. Some people don't get to live to be that old, and for the most part he was still up and moving around and going to the casino because he loved the casino or whatever and stuff like that. So but yeah, that's one thing that's been going on with me. Hate to be sad, but but that was it. That's all we had going on.
Yeah. Well, I can appreciate the age, like making it that long. We with all the recent things going on in the world today, like people not making it to 21 to 18.
Yeah. Because rappers dying at 28.
Like, that is crazy. So, good life.
Oh, yeah. Good long life.
Yeah.
But what about you, child? What's been up with you?
Child, listen.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that, though. Not anything major. I have my little things where sometimes I feel discouraged, and so many things that we want to do. And of course, this podcast is definitely one of the things that I can say that I really, really enjoy. And I don't even know if I could say if it was a goal of mine. Like it was not something that I thought that we would be doing, or but doing it is definitely great. And so just thinking about all of that and being able to do this, and it wasn't a goal. And it's easy to put the things that are your goals on the back burner because you have so many ideas and so many things that you want to do, so many things you want to pursue, and till you just think about, and then you just put no action to it at all. And so I've been kind of just being hard on myself for not doing the things that I need to or that I want to do. Even though I know that I'm busy. I have a lot, my days are so busy. And so just to get to a point where I can say, you don't have to be hard on yourself, just they'll come. And so, child, listen, it's hard to not be hard on yourself, but hey, you
can be your worst critic sometimes.
Oh yes.
But then sometimes don't nobody know how bad you want something but you.
True.
And if you putting the work in or if you're not putting the work in.
Well, right now it's this idea. it's an idea, but or they are. It's more than a few things that I could be doing that I want to do that I'm hard on myself about not doing, not taking that step. And then me, I gotta be pushed, and so I try to go ahead and push myself and so God don't have to push me, but he be like, girl, we gotta do this again. I gotta push you again. So I'm trying to go ahead and get the push myself and stop making excuses and say that I'm busy, even though I am busy. But so yeah, girl, that's just been my struggle, my little week, or not even a week, probably a little longer than a week, just been heavy on me. But other than that, I've been good, girl.
That being said, we can get into today's topic then.
Yes.
If they can tell by the topic. Grow and pursue your dreams, they say. They say.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So, from your perspective, what do you think pursuing your dreams look like? Or what could pursuing your dreams look like?
A lot of ways, because when you think about what pursuing your dreams look like, you have to think and ask yourself, are they my dreams or are they the dreams of somebody else? Because oftentimes we pursue the dreams of somebody else thinking that it's ours.
True.
But what it looks like for me is acknowledging some things that you want to accomplish, some things that you want, knowing what that looks like and going after it. By any means. And that's hard sometimes.
Because it's definitely funny you say by any means.
Yeah.
Because some people think that pursuing your dreams is just this walk in the park of, you going through a field of roses and flowers and plants and everything is just
here you go, you can have it.
And for some people, it's not always the case.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, if pursuing a dream for me, and I think, in another episode, we talked about just being able to get the things that we wanted and living or walking into that now. But what did it take to have to get there? Like, it was a lot in just being able to pursue your dreams, pursue the things that you want, or even just figure out what you want. For me, I started college wanting to be a nurse. Why? Because that's what everybody else was doing. That's what everybody said, oh, the money in being a nurse and things like that. So it instantly became what I thought was the dream that I wanted, until getting into college and going through and getting to nursing school to say, I don't want this, and then going on another path and then that being hard. Like, when was it going to be easy? Who said it was going to be easy, right? And so when you get to establish what that dream looks like or those goals look like, and having to go through the ugly part of it, right?
Yep.
Struggles, hard times. It's not all what you just said. It's not all a walk in a field of flowers. It doesn't look like that. Not all the time. Not some people. It's just there for them. But definitely for me and my experience, it was not a walk in the park. And then you get that bachelor's degree and you say, I'm done with school.
Yep.
I'm done. Goal, mission accomplished.
Yep.
And nope, I'm not getting a master's. No. And then you're like, well, what can I do with this bachelor's degree? I need a master's. And then have to go through that ugliness, of it being a struggle of having to sacrifice your life, sacrifice social life, your friends, your family, missing out on things that you love or you know, not even if it's something simple as not being able to watch your favorite TV show because you got to study, or in my case, get not community service, but get training hours to be able to complete the program. And so that was tough, you know. And then not even to mention like the testing that came with, you know, how hard. Oh my God, that, you know, I was like, I ain't graduating. It ain't happening, because it was so tough. We talking about ugly. Oh my God. And y'all listening, my class of 2018 for clinical mental health, you guys, y'all know the struggle. I love y'all. But it was tough. It was tough. And so being able to pursue that and actually accomplish it was so much joy. And then getting out and still having other goals to pursue. Girl,
then you gotta go for that license.
Then you gotta get the license. And that was oh my God, that was tough. That was tough. You know what? It's testing for me. It's just the testing for me. I can provide the knowledge. I can even teach some people some stuff. But to just test like that, the stress, the anxiety that comes with it, the sense of being hard on yourself to say, can I actually do this? You know, it's tough. It's tough. So pursuing and trying to set these goals is not pretty. It wasn't pretty for me. But I stuck through it. Even though I quit 1,000 times, y'all, 1,000 times. I said, this ain't it. It ain't for me. Even though I did do that, I still made it. And I am so grateful that I had the strength, family, friends, encouragement, God for one. God said, oh, you thought you was sitting down. I didn't build you like that, you know. So that definitely helped out. Just having that support system, and you know, having to just pray on my own, you know. So yeah, that it was a lot for me. What about you? What is pursuing your dreams, goals, aspirations look like for you?
Oh, for me, it was determining where did I see myself? What did I want? When I was younger, I liked to do hair. Hair was my thing. So you know, and then my dreams are big. So when I was young, I thought about being a hairdresser, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be a hairdresser. It was like, no, I'm gonna be a hairdresser. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get my business management degree. Then I'm gonna go get my cosmetology license, and then I'm gonna open up me a salon in Monroe. And for some reason, Texas and Atlanta, even back then, was big on hair. So I said, I'm gonna have me a shop in Monroe, and I'm gonna have me a shop in Dallas, and I'm gonna have me a shop in Atlanta.
Okay.
My little 8-year-old.
Okay, 8-year-old.
That's what it was gonna be, and it was gonna be boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then when I got a little older, and you know, everybody calling on you, your mom and your sister, part my hair, curl this, style this, and I thought about it, I said, you're gonna have to do this all day, every day. And I used to be like, yeah, Harry, as fun as I thought it was,
it's cute,
it was gonna be, it was cool. And I don't know, something in me switched, and I knew that I wanted to do something business. So how I came up with, or came across accounting, which I later found out that my aunt and my daddy did that. My dad and his sister did that. No, I lied. My aunt did it. My dad went to school for it. Okay. But I knew math was a strong point. I knew I wanted to be in something with business, but I was like, business management was cool, but I didn't know where I could go beyond just that bachelor's degree at that time. And I knew I liked the numbers. I liked analyzing. I knew all that. So somehow I stumbled across accounting. That's how I got up in that. But it ain't been no walk in the park neither, though, because I just knew that going into accounting, you can get that bachelor's degree or whatever. I didn't even know about a CPA person. I read about it, but I didn't really look into it until I was like a freshman in college. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be 4 years and done. Them 4 years turned to 5 years because I didn't want to go back for grad school. but kind of may have to go back to grad school. I mean, don't quote me because I
you know when we say stuff on here,
nope.
it's like accountability. So
yeah, and I know, and I'm watching what I say on this podcast because this podcast been liking me ever since we've been doing it. Y'all think it's all sweet over here. You eating words, but no.
Yes.
So no. The only reason why I thought that because you was talking about hitting roadblocks and stuff like that, and I know for me. With going for my license, I just feel like every time I get something going, I hit a wall. And so it makes me question the path, like, is the CPA really for me? If, like, I know the goal is the goal, the vision is the vision, but I'm like, God, are you trying to tell me that I can still achieve this without it? Or like, what does this look like? Because if this is supposed to be the route for me, why isn't it? I mean, I ain't gonna say a walk in the field of roses, but dang, like it's just dry.
Can I get a rose bush?
I just keep hitting the wall, like every single time I keep hitting the wall, and so, and then it's like pivoting in my career. What does that look like? Because I didn't go into accounting to be an auditor. That's just the way it went. And I don't really like it. So it's like I have to figure out what that pivoting looks like. Is that a setback? Is that a start over? In a sense, because you have all of experience in this area, but you have some in another area. As an accountant, I have experience in it. But it's like getting my foot in the door saying, hey, I have clients on the side that I do accounting for. I was an accountant for a plant. I do know a little bit of cost accounting. I do have tax experience because I've done taxes in the past. I haven't just dove into it. Like I haven't just like part of I've done with people here and there. But like, okay, it's the struggle of getting in that door to say, hey, I do have more than this. Having people look at my resume to say, this is what I needed to say. How can I have to say this so that they won't just automatically X me out because I've been an auditor for almost 5 years. But and then sacrifices because I know it going for the CPA. It's hard. It's 4 different exams, 4 different parts of an exam that you have to study for individually to get that. Or whatever, on top of the money that you have to even just sit, because you're looking at about $4,000-$5,000 just to even achieve the license. Then you need hours. I'm nowhere near my hours. So I'm like, well, dang, I can take this amount of time to do it. I can even get the license. Well, I can pass the test, but I'm still lacking X amount of hours for my hour requirement. So, and even with that, you hit walls and stuff. So,
and then still having to maintain regular life. Like, I still have bills, which means I still gotta go to work, but then I may have to lose sleep because I gotta study or I gotta go get hours somewhere else that are probably not paid. And so that's
on top of the other 50 million things that you know you want to do or that you feel you should do, and it's that time and capacity for that. Like, okay, if I dive into this, I can't really neglect that because that's gonna go to the wayside. But if the juggle of doing everything to the point that I'm just gonna go to sleep. Cause
I thought about it. It ain't working. I'm going to sleep. Think about it tomorrow.
I mean, just regroup, and then they regroup, and you've been 3 weeks past, or 3 months and passed by, and you ain't even
still in the same spot.
Cause, and then I keep taking stuff back to social media, but social media, whether we like it or not, plays a major part in how we look at stuff because you're just looking at, in some ways, a highlight reel, or you're looking at the finished part. that sometimes it can be discouraging to be like, well, dang, it just seems like it's happening for them.
Yeah.
And why is it not happening for me?
Yes. Yes.
And then you even sit back and think about decisions that you've made. Okay, well, you know, maybe this set me back because I made this decision. But then it's like, at the same time, though, I'm being more intentional with my decision. And I'm still in this wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
is it even for me? God, I got to pivot. Let the pivot happen now.
Hey, you know, me and my sister, we make the joke all the time. We say, you know, we did what we were supposed to do. We did what everybody said do. You know, go to college, they say.
Yeah,
you know, get your degree, they say. And so we did that. And then you can look back on people who didn't go to college. They stayed in the hometown, but yet they traveling every month. They doing this. And again, that influence or that those things that you see on social media is like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
You know, or was I supposed to do college? I got student loans. You know, was this the right choice? And again, that's one of those like roadblocks as you talk about, like those things that kind of play with your mindset, like, really? And so we joke about it, me and my sister, to say, what we doing wrong? You know, but not really a right or wrong, but everybody's struggle, everybody's walk is different. But I don't want it to be different. I just want it to be easy.
It's difficult enough as it is. And then it's like, then, you know, transparent moment, you do build up a little sense of envy because you like, why is it easy for them though?
Why?
Like no knock to them.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm like, you, God, I'm praying to you every day. I'm asking you for this sign. I'm asking you for this sign. And this door open and that door open and this happening. And it's like, but still, boom. That wall. And you like, all right, forget it.
Yeah. So what do we do with the wall? Like when, I mean, and I guess for me, it was hard. And I can remember when I was getting my hours and it was hard. I was struggling to pass that test, and I kind of felt like you described, like I was just hitting the wall. Like, what more do I have to do?
And then you be wanting to be like, I'm gonna knock that wall down. Yeah. But then you be hurt because you trying to knock a wall down. Like your little small
mess my little shoulder up.
Trying to knock a wall down.
Man, and so you get to that wall and you want to knock it down. You want to do. I mean, now granted, once you get over it, or once you do knock it down, you're like, that was easy.
Oh, happy day. But while that wall in my way,
what do I do with that wall? And so it's hard. I can remember being faced with so many walls, whether that was pursuing my professional life, personal life, motherhood, just feeling defeated. Like, how am I here? What is going on? Have I not been through enough? You know, and so you get to that point where you like, yeah, I'ma just sit this one out.
But you even thinking about like you even, I know at one point I was listening to sermons every day.
Yes.
And they like, the reason why your breakthrough ain't happening is because you ain't learned the lesson yet. Your mind, God know when your mind and your everything gets ready and you like, okay, well dang, like what am I not getting? Send me a hint.
You better preach. Oh my goodness, that is so true. Because again, social media, we go to figure out answers, find out answers, whether we got to go to podcasts, whether we got to go to those motivational speakers. Sarah Jakes for me.
She was one.
And we go and we're looking, we're searching. How do I get past this roadblock? How do I get through this wall? How do I find my purpose? Just doing all those things, figuring out how to do. And yeah, like you said, you haven't reached you haven't learned anything. I'm like, I'm learning.
Yeah, there's because your mind and your heart got to be in line with where, you know, the thing, because, you know, God want to bless you with it, but he don't want to give it to you prematurely because you're going to abuse it. And I'm like, okay, now I think I done learned
Like,
some of these lessons that you telling me I need to learn. And I'm still
behind this
hitting
wall.
certain things in the same spot.
Yes.
Like, what's the difference?
What are we doing?
What am I
here?
missing? Hey. Tap my shoulder.
What we doing?
Sis, this way or something. Tell me something.
Yes.
Because I'm like, what am I not getting? What am I not? Like, I know I can be a little stubborn, but I ain't that stubborn. Like, I can't be a little stubborn.
Yeah, just a little.
We talking about growth in this episode too. Growth is realizing that you are a little stubborn.
Absolutely, it is. That is true. You know, yeah.
And the ugly part of growth is realizing that it's when you know that you're stubborn and you still want to be stubborn, but you're trying to grow and you just can't be stubborn no more. You know what? I'm not even. So,
Growth.
Example. So, I mentioned my grandfather passed. A friend of mine texted me and said, "What's your address?" Stubborn me wanted to say, "Why you want to know?" But I learned with this particular friend, just don't even ask. And I typed why, and I said, "You want mine or my mama's?" They was like, "Give me both of y'all's." So I just take both addresses. Didn't even ask why.
Growth. Even though that was hard.
Because
I know that was hard for you.
Because why you want my address? No, but not in a bad way. It's like, what you trying to do? What you trying to tell you? Don't do it.
Exactly.
Whatever you trying to do, don't do it. We good. I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fight her. Cause she was gonna tell me anyway.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what? Fine.
And it was gonna
This is the address.
You know, that also goes into just knowing your friends at that point. Like, you don't give it to them, I'll figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out
one way. So just give it to me.
Or like, you can ask me how you want to. I'm not about to tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's her. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Just give me the address. So to stop all that, I just gave her the address.
That's good, friend. I'm proud of you.
See, growth.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'll figure out how that transpired. Cause I was like, whew, I don't know how that happened.
Cause I've been like, what you want?
Yeah.
But see, but even with like taking it back to drink, I'm like, am I being stubborn? And like, are you showing me the signs?
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing that little self growth check to say, okay, Ebony, is this more of your dream or is this more of a dream that you feel that you're called? Like, why do you feel it? But and sometimes you can feel something so strong, and you just know this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
But then it's like, and I do feel like this is what I'm supposed to do, because sometimes when I think about a calling, I always refer to a minister. Most, not all, but most ministers, when they're called to ministry, they run from it.
They run, yeah.
Cause they're like, I don't want the everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
And so when I think of, so sometimes that was encouraging me, like, well, Ebony, because you're so quick to flee from me, or be like, you know what, forget it then. There's somewhere else. And it's like, well, maybe
this is for me.
This is for you, but because you feel that way, but like the route, you may just haven't had it figured out yet.
Yeah. Because one thing that I learned is most of the time we get in our own way.
Oh yeah.
We get in our own way, and like you said, sometimes I may want something and he may have it for me, but I want it too early, or I don't want it early enough. And getting in your own way is very, very, very hard. And it sets you back. It puts you at a place where you may have put the wall in front of you on your own. I built this wall for myself. And it's blocking me at this point. And so we have to be able to say, let me get out my own way. Let me sit down and figure out what God has for me. Because what I want may not be what he wants at that time. He may want you to have what it is that you want, but it may not be the time.
And then you take it back to the timetables episode. If you have not watched it, go back and watch it, because or listen to it, because you get to a certain point in life and you feel like I should be here by now.
Yes.
You feel like I am 31, almost 32 years old, and career-wise, I am nowhere near where I want to be. Again, I listen to Kev on Stage Everything, and if you are familiar with him, he was like, I'm gonna be like another Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on ownership. I'm big on this. But there was times, like, he's approaching 40, and he had to sit back, and he was like, which I didn't even know this. He was like, you know how old Bernie Mac was for Kings of Comedy? He was in his 40s. And that was when a lot of actresses and actors, some of them, their big break comes in their 40s.
Wow.
So it's like you in your 20s and 30s getting discouraged because you see a certain type of thing, not even realizing this person is older than what you think they are. Yeah, and so sometimes when I do find myself in that position of, okay, well, I'm 31 and I'm not where I want to be, I think about 21 or 25-year-old Ebony, who Ebony was dating at the time, where Ebony was living at the time, where Ebony's mindset was at the time. And it's like, if you would have got that then, would you still have it now?
That's good.
And then being honest with yourself and saying, and I had to be honest with myself and say, no, I wouldn't.
No.
Because I wanted it, but my motivation behind it was different. So then you go through a little change or whatever. And then looking back now, if you would have got it another time with everything around you, you know, the person around you, the people you was around, you was hanging out. If you would have got it then, what would you would have done with it? Would you been able to maintain, or I even had to step back and say, well, Ebony, maybe it all went to crap this last little go around because what was up ahead, you weren't finna handle it no way. So you weren't finna be able to handle this level of the height that you want to go to, plus life in a sense. And having to realize that is not fun.
Right. And even too, you know, sometimes what we have ahead of us, we got to go through something in order to be strong enough and built up to handle what's in front of us. So when we talk about that wall that's in front of us, that wall that we hit, and we trying to figure out ways around it when we supposed to be going through it, I got to go through it because I got to be strong enough for what's ahead for me. It's for me, but I still need that strength to be able to get to it. And so that's hard. Going through the wall. You know, I talk about knocking these walls down, but goodness. And it ain't no wall that I can just knock down by going to the gym. That's a whole different thing, and it's tough. It puts you in a mindset of feeling discouraged, feeling overwhelmed, feeling defeated, and just that imposter syndrome kicks in, and you're doubting yourself, like, can I do this? Is this for me? Do I have what I need to do this? Am I smart enough? Am I strong enough? Am I anything? Just doubting yourself. And so, you know, there's so much joy in pursuing your dreams, but it also has an ugly side.
It do. And speaking with the imposter syndrome, your last speaking event, and she made everybody go around and say what they was doing. And I said what I was doing. She was like, girl, yeah, we need you. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then, even now, I'm going to do it. Okay, I need to get headshots done. I need to do this, I need to do that. And I'm just putting myself out there. And you know why I haven't? Because I said, who going to use you? You ain't got your CPA yet. That's what everybody wants. If somebody with CPA and you ain't even really got that quite yet, but you know your stuff, but you just don't have that last little thing. Everybody don't want you yet. Even with looking at thinking about finance topics for this podcast, who do you talk about finance?
Everybody, the world.
But in your mind, in my mind.
Yes, and that's what imposter syndrome is.
Right.
You judging yourself, not leaving room for anyone else. You know, and it's so easy to do.
And I even have clients.
Yeah.
And I be second guessing stuff that I know I'm right about.
That you know. Imposter syndrome.
I know. If I tell you this way, this is the way to go. But I'm gonna question it about 50 million times before I tell you.
Because you don't have what you need, right? Because you don't know.
Because I don't know.
You don't know. You didn't go to school.
I did.
You didn't get the degree. Oh.
It was all fake.
It had to be. But that is so easy to do. That's so easy to do. And, you know, I sat in a training this week, the second part of a training for EMDR. And when I tell you, oh my God, I was like, after the first day, it was 3 days. After the first day, I was like, yeah, no, this must not be it. Like, I must not be smart enough for this. I must don't have what it takes to do this. And then the facilitator that's on there, she studied providing different feedback. Oh, you're doing great. You this, you that. And I'm like, why I don't see that? Why do I feel like this is difficult? And the thing she told me was, you in training. She said, the worst that you gonna do is right now. And then I was like, you're right. You're right. I'm in training, and the worst that I can do at that moment
is right now.
Is right now.
But you don't even think about that, because what you think it well for me is, I'll be like, once you mess up, they see.
Yep.
When you're dealing
That's
with
for me too.
public people, it's like once you tell somebody the wrong information on accident, once you got somebody $1,000 on the tax return, but somebody gave them $3,000, so you're not good enough for them. You're not good enough because you missed something. Maybe legally, because I don't do illegal stuff.
Yeah. But
legally, to get them an extra $2,000, so now you ain't good. Your rep is tarnished. So it's that thing of perfection. Like, yes. I got to be perfect. Yes. I can't make not a single mistake. Because somebody will hold that over my head. Yep,
absolutely. And that is the ugly side.
Yep.
That is the reason why a lot of people don't do the things that they want to do. And then, of course, we have a lot of ways to blame social media, and I'm gonna blame social media this one. You know, we have these 30 seconds now, maybe a minute, maybe 3-minute reels and posts and different things that we can put. But we just see the good stuff. Even for me, I make a reel. Y'all go check out my reels. I make a reel, and I may look at a video and I'm like, let me see if I recorded that, because I ain't like, oh, this was showing on this. I'm picking out the best part of my video.
And see, I got a real idea that I'm going to do. Is because you do catch yourself doing it. You catch, because when you know that camera on you
do this. Yeah.
Like you going.
Yeah.
But they don't see that part when you like that video when I tried to do them pull-ups, and I said, oh, I did 3.
Yep, you did.
But I was struggling to even do the first one. I didn't couldn't even do 1.
Yeah.
Like, nah, because you want to show it when you know you can do 10 in a row. But you ain't showing in the middle of like,
absolutely. That's true.
No, I was struggling today.
Yeah.
It was hard today. I'm sweating today. Or I took my pre-workout. I had me a nap. I'm energized, but I'm 30 minutes in and I'm ready to go home.
Oh, absolutely. And that brings me to something I was thinking about too, and that's probably the same thing. You know, we typically think about the same things. Yeah. But posting those things, because it's so many people that's discouraged, and not just in fitness or things like that, but just all around life. So many, and showing them the ugly side, right? Showing them the ugly side of pursuing your dreams, pursuing your goals, taking that leap, because it's not always pretty. People show us the very best of what happened. Like even for me, the video you said about your pull-up video, trust me, I got a pull-up video too when I was doing one and it was a struggle. And so, but I posted it, but I didn't post it until I was able to do more. You know, I didn't post it when it was a struggle. And so we show the best parts of us. Now, you know, we talked about that. It's easy to post the transformation. It ain't easy to post it when it's happening hard. And so just kind of challenging myself to do that when it's a struggle for me, post it. Because with those memories and the challenges that we face, the accountability, once you put it out there, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta do this now. I gotta do that. So I mean, it's ugly, y'all. It's ugly.
It's ugly,
but it's worth it.
It is, but you don't see that until at the end.
Yeah.
Even when you eat, because we're talking about growth too.
Yeah.
Even when you are doing things, when you see those things about you that you need to change and grow with. I'm not talking about one of mine being stubborn. And then it's funny because we say on this podcast we talk about certain things and then we end up having to deal with it in real life. But when you set forth and you say, I'm going to stop being such a potty mouth type of person. I'm going to stop all this cussing. And then somebody come around and piss you off. And the first thing that flies out your mouth is M and F of B. I'm going to beat your M, F, and A word. It's like...
you did that too good. It happened too good.
But it happens though.
Yeah, it do.
If you say, you know what, even like if, you know, because you being married and me, you know, dating, I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to react like this in this situation. Yes. I'm going to be a little more chill. I'm going to be a little more this. And then something happens and then you like,
I got to cuss you out.
Now I got to react. I said I wasn't going to be, and being petty, knowing when to be petty and when not to be petty. Sometimes petty don't have a cutoff. I'm going to be petty regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you got to not be petty, you know.
And show a little grace.
Who? Yes. The struggle in that. So, yeah, like, soon as you say that I'm going to work on this part, I'm going to grow in this area, it seems like that's when all the challenges and things come your way.
Yes. That is true. Because we be expecting God to be busy, but that devil, he busy too. And he go, oh my
he be the devil.
goodness. Not all the time.
Because I feel like sometimes God be like,
you need that.
Like they say, I pray for patience and God give me all the situations to be patient in.
True.
Yeah, I feel like God like, oh, this is what you want.
You ask for it.
Test, let's see.
True that. That's true. I can agree with that. Because, you know, you ask for it and
asking shall be given.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm going to give you reasons to be patient. Now I'm going to give you reasons to extend grace.
Let's see if you about what you be talking about.
Yeah, let's see. You all big and bad. Let's see. This bun now that he be great today.
That's already cute.
Well,
that was good.
You know,
we kind of good.
You know, we got.
She trying to let imposter syndrome sit in y'all.
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really a joke.
Hold her accountable, y'all.
Anyway, so we have a question from one of our listeners.
Yes.
You want to read the question?
Yes. Okay, so the question is, what happens when you pursue a dream, but you realize once you're in that dream, or once you have obtained those goals in that dream, that you don't want to be there. You don't enjoy it. It's not something that I wanted or that I feel comfortable with doing anymore.
Yikes.
So I didn't spend
all
this time. I done got a bachelor's degree. I done collected student loans. I done it all. I'm now 35, 32, whatever. 49. And I don't like it. I don't want to do it. It doesn't bring me joy. I don't feel peace. My mental health isn't together. I don't want to do this no more. But I want to do X, Y, and Z. What do I do? Do I start over?
Either you gonna stay in it or you gonna have to. But I think it's good to go ahead and recognize and admit that, because some people stay in situations or stay in a thing that they pursue because they feel like, I have to. I haven't put all this time invested into it, and it's not. And when I got it, and I worked it for a little while, it's not what I want. What I want to do. But the fact that you recognize that is, to me, is good.
Yeah.
But if it's that, you're gonna have to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And pivot means in this situation means starting over. And what does that look like for you? Does that mean it was starting over, but then thinking about what do you really want to do? Mm-hmm. You may have to work that job a little longer to get to the point of figuring out what it is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, if you went in business, but you want to go into counseling, that's a whole another 6-7 years of a transition. Yeah. But yeah, pivoting. So that does require you to pivot, and you have to sit down and think about what that looks like for you. Yeah. And understand that that's okay. Yeah. You know, when you think about a job or you think about a career or a dream or whatever, and it's something that you want to do, and you're dedicating a lot of your time into it, like we up here doing the podcast, and no, this was not our dream to do it, right? But the time that has to be put into doing it, not we just, and it's more than just sitting in front of a camera and saying, "Hey y'all, I'm Ebony." Like, you have to think about topics. You have to figure out your flow, setup, the editing, the not so perfect, but the not so perfect side of it. But you have to. But if this is what you want to do, the amount of time that we put into this, it has to be something that you want to do. Yeah. So if you get into a point you're like, I don't want to do this, you may have to pivot. Yeah.
And that's scary. That presents that ugly side of pursuing your dreams, but either you're gonna be miserable and do something you don't enjoy, or you gonna pivot. And it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, but that end outcome is definitely going to be worth it.
And assess the reason of why you don't like it. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes, like people say, "Oh, I don't like this job because they messy, they this, they, or I don't like it because this is that." Well, some of that stuff is everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. So if it's like, if you just don't like what you do, that's different. Yeah. But if it's like I don't like because every job I went to, they this and they that and they messy and they this, well then no. Yeah. Yeah. That you may have to look more into why you don't like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But for all other questions, I hope that they answered the question very well. For all other questions, please feel free to email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. That's for all questions, topic discussions. We do check our email. For topic suggestions, we do check the email. So email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. I've been sipping my wine.
I have too. We at the same spot.
Oh, I didn't see you reach for your glass.
Several times.
But it's time for the wind down. I hope you guys have been enjoying this episode while sipping your wine and a little chit chat with us.
Yes, because it's always great to grab you a glass of wine and embark in this journey with us.
Mellow out and listen.
Mellow out and listen. That's good. I like that. Mellow out and listen.
Mellow out and listen.
Great topic. I really enjoyed kind of taking that memory or that walk down memory lane in what pursuing that dream or my dreams looked like and the struggles, because I couldn't appreciate those, because like we mentioned, they did make me stronger, prepared me for things that I was or had to face afterwards. So I can definitely appreciate the struggles. I'm very grateful for those.
Yeah, and we just want to encourage those that are feeling overwhelmed or feeling like or questioning the path that they're on. Yes, me included. That, you know, like we say in a lot of things, you're not alone. Yeah, that's one. But two, for me, what works it's remembering the why you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I found that it works best when you take money out of it, because when you focus so much on money, then the money becomes more of your focus. Now, I'm not saying don't think about the money,
consider it.
Focus
Yes.
on the money, because when you think about it, it's something that you have to do every day.
Yes.
Or career wise,
yes.
It's something that you're doing every day. When you're pursuing something, you're getting up every day and you're putting the time and energy and effort into getting that done. So I always like to think about my why. When I get down, I get upset or whatever, or stressed out or questioning things, I think of, why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? Or whatever. And sometimes, and most of the time, the reason, you'll find that the reason is beyond you.
Right, absolutely.
And that kind of helps you maneuver through the walls that you keep hitting. Like, somebody's going to need an easier route or a way to hit this path, like I did.
Yes.
And some encouragement to go a long way with them, like encouragement to me goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. That's good.
You have no encouragement?
Of course. I'm an encourager. But no, you said it. When you get to a point where you're questioning yourself, or maybe it's hard for you, or you the first to go through the struggles and you don't have those support systems around you, and it's just all around difficult. Don't give up. Like, challenge yourself to not give up. That saying, and I'll stand by it. You sometimes you have to go get it out the mud, right? And so understanding that it'll be worth it, and I don't see it right now, but it will be. It will be worth it. I have the resources, I have the tools, even though it may not feel like it, but I have them. I know what to do. Don't let that imposter syndrome kick in. I know what to do. I have the things that I need, because I'm here for a reason. Whatever that reason may be, I'm here for it. And I gotta learn, I gotta obtain whatever it is that I need to get out of it, and I'm gonna get out my own way. So I encourage you guys to get out of your own way and push through those walls, because it will be worth it. It will be. It will. Yeah. Well, as we sip,
all minds clear.
All minds clear.
Thank y'all for joining us today. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes. To
anything and everything Unapologetically Us. We do have an Instagram page now, so go check that out at Unapologetically Us Pod. Until the next time.
Yeah.
See you guys.
See y'all.
Bye.